so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay it down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for.
These are the chat rules. This stream is not for children, 18 plus only. Keep chat friendly and respectful. No profanity in chat. This includes your username. Please dress up your curse words. Be polite to other chatters, mods, and channel owners. Please be polite to the panel guest. Stay on topic. Bullying is not allowed in the chat. No doxing, harassment, false accusations, or hate speech allowed. This may warrant an automatic ban. This is not a dating site or a drama channel. Remember to guard personal information. This is a public chat. Rude comments about people on the live cameras are never allowed. Ignore trolls and troublemakers. Let the mods handle it. They have explicit instructions on how to handle situations in the chat. No advertising, spam, or requests for views, likes, follows, subscriptions, donations, spamming, scamming, etc. Please respect the rules and guidelines laid out for this live stream. First offense, warning, your comment will be deleted. Second offense, you will receive a warning and a timeout for 5 minutes. Third offense, you will be banned from chatting in this live stream. You can help make this chat a safe and friendly place to discuss TylerDoyle's missing case, just by following the rules and guidelines. Thank you so much for being here, and we hope that you enjoy this live stream. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. This is Duchess Discussions. Hey y'all, my name is Duchess, and this is Duchess Discussions, where we talk about true crime and missing cases. And I want to welcome everybody back. It's been a while since we've had a TylerDoyle live stream. And I have a very special guest with me tonight, Shay Boyd. Thank you so much for being here, Shay. Hey, y'all. I'm
Thank you
so
for
glad to
having me.
see all of these wonderful people here tonight. We have 196 people watching this live stream right now. So thank you all so much for being here. And we want to welcome you. We have just been waiting to be able to talk to you guys. There really wasn't anything to talk about there for a while. And we have been kind of working behind the scenes, trying to get answers in the TylerDoyle case. Not everything is for social media. And, we're just trying to do all that we can to reach out to people all around the state so that Tyler's case can be heard and talked about. And lo and behold, I said when there was an update, if there was something that we had to talk about, that I would schedule a live stream. And we talked about that, Shay, that we were just going to have to wait and we were going to have to be patient to wait for something to happen with our fingers crossed and being as patient as possible. And something did happen. And I want to share my screen real quick before we get into all of that conversation because many of you already know if you're in the Facebook group or you have been watching the articles come through on your Google, through your newspapers that you might be subscribed to. Maybe you are subscribed on YouTube to a lot of these news stations. Breaking news, guys. SLED joins the investigation into missing voter TylerDoyle.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica Edwards. We start with breaking news this afternoon in the case of TylerDoyle, a story we've been closely following you for nearly a year. And just hours ago, in the investigation now, Ashley Bolswitz and the studio now.
Well, Erica, like you said, this is breaking news. We just learned this information really within the last 2 hours about what this could mean when it comes to finding out answers about TylerDoyle. Myrtle Beach on January 26th of this year. The agency says he was heading out on his John boat with a friend to go duck hunting. SCDNR also rough, and the boat began taking on water before drifting into the Atlantic Ocean. 5 days after Doyle disappeared, found his waders and wallet off the North Carolina coast. And hundreds of other volunteers used all 911 calls Doyle's friend made on the 20th. SCDNR has maintained they do not suspect.
Shay, do you have any comments you want to make about that?
I think I heard her say that South Carolina DNR does not, they don't have any foul play that they suspect. Yeah, I have some comments about that because the bottom line is that I have spoken to a very powerful man within the DNR with my mom, and although they may not be capable of investigating foul play, they are not. That's what they've told us. So that is why they have brought SLED. They're not capable of handling a missing person. My mom was told that. I was listening. And that is out of their scope. They deal with boating accidents, wildlife. You know, if you probably heard me say this so many times, but if you catch a fish that's not big enough, or you're shooting a deer when you shouldn't, or a turkey, whatever, they deal with that. But when it comes down to a missing person who is in NAMUS and they are continuing to get multiple information about that person that doesn't add up, it's beyond their scope or ability to handle that. So then they have to bring in others to help, which is SLED.
You know, something interesting about that video.
And they can't
I know
say
that
that there's foul play, because that is not what they're trained to do. You know, I was told by what I heard firsthand with my own ears as my mother talked to this gentleman, that if foul play is suspected, then they immediately contact either the sheriff's department or SLED. And she was given many apologies for why that didn't take place at first, which, none of us knew what was going on that night. I mean, I came home from work and I got a call that my nephew, and he was in his boat and it was sinking for my mom, and we just took off, and I didn't come back home for 2 days. I didn't shower for 2 days. And so, this whole thing is kind of taking place one day at a time. But thank God there was a lot of documentation done throughout January until now. And I was able to get a lot of that in their hands. And I'm sure
Right.
other people have been sending them stuff. And once it gets to a certain point, they can't deal with that kind of stuff, because Tyler is a missing person. They did not find his body. They did not give us any proof that he died in that water, and they can't. He's in NAMUS, so that's outside of their scope. Yep, they can't do it.
Right. And I do believe that they are probably in agreement that this case should have been turned over many, many months ago. In fact, probably shortly after Tyler went missing, this case SLED should have been brought in at that point, if not another local investigation agency been brought on to assist. But that was not done. In fact, that was denied by Ronnie Floyd. Is that true? When he was asked by your mom?
Many times. I was the one who mainly asked him for that. And then whenever he didn't want to talk to me anymore, she would call him and we would beg. I mean, we basically begged. So, I mean, but yeah, we were denied that for the longest time.
Skylar Felter says here, is it true that there have been sightings of Tyler? As that was one of the reasons why I brought this up, because I noticed that as soon as, of course, we got the news before the news stations did. And as soon as I started reading these news articles, all of them were stating that Mr. Fastenau with the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, who is a writer for them, is disclosing the information that the reason the case that SLED has been brought in to quote, end quote, assist the South Carolina DNR is because there has been multiple sightings of Tyler. And Shay, I believe that you can speak to this. That is not true. And the family has never been informed that there were sightings. I know there was a couple of people who had thought they had seen Tyler outside in other areas, not even in this state. And of course, none of those people were in fact Tyler. So I just want to have an understanding of where the media is getting that information.
I mean, in the beginning, that was a big deal. People were saying that, he was on the run and all these other nonsense things.
Right.
I don't know if the media is just pulling that together, or, this guy with DNR is just saying what he's told to say. I mean, I don't know, but nobody from DNR called our family to let us know that there was a sighting of Tyler. And I would think that as many people that reach out to me daily, and when I tell you, if I get no less than 30 or 50 Facebook messages daily, I'm not exaggerating. I can't go through them all. It takes me a month sometimes just to get through what I see in one day coming through.
Right. Right. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm holding my dog. My dog has been very sick, and she is also in need of my attention at the same time. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me. Puppy, it's okay. Racer74, thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome to Duchess. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Does Tyler's mom suspect foul play? I cannot speak to that. I have not spoken with Michelle, and I cannot comment on that. Shelby says, I read somewhere she's closer to Lakeland and doesn't. Not sure if true. I cannot speak to that. I'm not sure. There is the family just really wants to work together to find answers for Tyler. And, unfortunately, there has been a lot of distractions on taking the focus off on finding the answers and about why this case was not investigated. And it's just turned into an unfortunate situation of people harassing and attacking and spreading lies and rumors that I think is not really helping Tyler at all. I can't imagine that Tyler would want that to happen.
He would.
In this case to his family when they're just trying to find the answers as to what really happened. And if someone did not do the job that they should have done in order to carry out this investigation properly, that's the answers that we're seeking. Anything that's involved other than that, that is between the family to resolve on their own. And those issues can't be resolved here on this platform.
Right.
That's something that they have to handle in private. And I just ask that people just respect that. We have already discussed the information that we've had to discuss in the past about that. But that is not why we're here tonight. We're here because we're still fighting for justice. This is a move in the right direction. And we want to clear up any rumors and misinformation that is out there. I do think it's very important for people to understand that just because the media puts out an article that says because there was all of these sightings of Tyler, it doesn't make it true. Because nowhere have we seen any evidence that there has been multiple sightings of Tyler. And the family has never been told about that.
And if there was,
I feel like,
did they investigate those sightings?
Yeah, did we ever hear anything about that? I've never heard anything about that. And I know everybody has their feelings about what they think may have happened, and everybody reserves the right to have their feelings about what happened. We can agree to disagree. There's people that feel a certain way. There's other people that feel a certain way. And the reason that we don't have the answers is because the investigation was not properly carried out by Ronnie Floyd, because he's not a person that is someone who investigates missing persons cases. It should have been turned over to a department where this is what they specifically do, so that it could have been handled properly. Evidence left the scene. Evidence was handed over to the DNR that they don't even know where it is. And that is why we had to submit all of that information to very important people in this state for them to see exactly what's happening. Because listen, it may not bring Tyler back, but it may prevent this tragedy from happening to another family if their family member goes missing on the waters of South Carolina. They deserve to have a missing persons report. They deserve to be treated with respect. They deserve to have their case investigated and protocols followed. And they deserve to have an investigator leading the case that knows what they're doing, and not someone that's going to say, well, we just looked at a couple of things and we've determined there's no foul play, and you're just going to have to get over it because he's dead. That should have never happened, nor should anyone have ever told the family, well, his body's going to resurface in 24 hours or 48 hours or 3 days or a week or a month. That should have never happened.
Yeah.
And that is what we have to call into order, is the way that this has played out. It has caused the family a lot of emotional distress and suffering that was unnecessary. And I would like to have Ronnie Floyd, he's welcome to come on this live stream. I want him to publicly apologize to Linda and to Shay and to Brian and even to Michelle and
Yeah.
to Lakeland
Our
about
entire
how he handled this case of TylerDoyle's investigation, because it was wrong.
The entire family deserves it, both sides. We deserve an apology.
Absolutely.
Because-
And that's what I want to see, not just for y'all, but also for Lakeland and Michelle.
For Myrna, for Milton, for Reed, for my daddy,
Yes,
my mom, my
everybody.
brother, all of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Paisley, everybody. It's
Yes.
not right what was done to us. It's just because you don't know what you don't know doesn't mean that you can't go ask questions. I did most of
That's
the
right.
work. I brought it to him. So I think we all deserve a public apology from him.
Yes. I mean, to apologize in private or to have somebody to apologize on your behalf, that's all well and good, but I just don't feel like it's going to cut it at this point.
And Wings of Hope deserves an apology from him.
Absolutely. And so does Danny Jewell.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jennifer Welchel says, will SLED be able to even find anything since it's been 11 months? Well, you know what, Jennifer? They can go back and they can interview everyone that is directly connected to the case to make sure that there was nothing that was missed. It is unfortunate that there is a time frame that has passed for actually searching for Tyler in the water. And I've spoke to a couple of search and rescue teams about that, and they've both given me the same answers, that there's a window. There's a window of opportunity to be able to go out there and be able to locate Tyler. And, at this point, there's been so much time that has lapsed. It's highly unlikely that they may be able to find something. But I can assure you that I have recorded phone calls that I have sent to the governor and other people, the solicitor, law enforcement, SLED, of things that would blow your mind that was said from the South Carolina DNR about Tyler's case.
Letters written to Congressman. I mean, I was in DC last week. So just so everyone knows, you don't know what you don't know is going on in somebody's lives. I mean, when people go on Facebook, it's a joke for a person to say this about my family or that about my family. You don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have to tell you that. But I will say
That's
that
right.
we were in DC last week.
Yes. Adrian says, does the parents not want to come public? Well, Adrian, if you were following this case back from the beginning of February, the father, Brian, which is Shay's brother, that is Tyler's father, he actually did come on a couple of live streams. This has been very, very difficult for him, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and he is not able to really get out here and speak about it. He did do an interview with the news station. There is a video and a newspaper article with Brian Doyle in it. He has been really struggling because this has been so hard for him.
Tyler was
as
not
far
only that was his son, that was his best friend. There
Yes.
wasn't a day that went by that Tyler did not talk to his daddy or see his daddy. When he got home from work, he would go eat dinner wherever he was throughout his life. When it was with Lakeland, he would eat with her, and then he would run straight to that shop to be with his daddy to work with the race car. I mean, they were very close, very, very close. And so his heart is completely broken. He feels powerless. And so for now, I have to be the voice for my brother. I can't speak for Tyler's mom.
That's exactly right. And
Izzy.
you know, we want her to have answers just like we want the rest of the family to have answers. Izzy, thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm so glad to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. And Camshaft, I saw you. Did you send a super chat? I did not see it on here, but maybe I haven't got down on my screen. I'm really behind in the comments. I'm trying to look at all of these things. But Shay has been Tyler's voice, and we have been working together because we live not far from each other. This took place in my backyard, Adrian, and you know, right here on the waterway. So we've just been working together to try to get the answers. You know, anything that we can. And Ashley wants to know if we can talk about the hospital bill that Miss Linda received. They have not really commented about that, but I feel certain that SLED will investigate into that. But due to HIPAA laws, Ashley, the only person that could have any access to information would be his wife. And so I'm certain that SLED does have that information. They were sent all of the information that we had. So I do feel sure that they are going to go back. They're going to be interviewing people. They're going to be requesting the much needed records that were not obtained. And I'm certain they're going to be asking all of these questions because they're not going to waste the state's money to investigate something that they don't think needs to be investigated, because this is taxpayer money. They're not going to take over something and look into something that's going to cost them money.
Right. Getting back to my brother, I don't know if anybody can see this picture very well, but look at that. Do you see that? How sad that is? That's what we have to see my brother go through every day. That is why he can't be on here. He can't be the voice right now for Tyler. His heart is broken.
Lolly wrote a letter to the governor. Thank you, Lolly, for doing that. We had a lot of people, a lot of members sent emails to lots of people. And you know what? I'm going to go back through the chat, Camshaft. It may not show up on my StreamYard, and I'm just looking at my screen right now. So I'll go back on my YouTube channel. Deanna, thank you for joining the analyzer. I just saw that. And I'll make sure that I play. And Single Mom True Crime, thank you for being a member for a month. I didn't want to miss you either. I'm just going back. I may have, if it passed me, Camshaft, Michelle will send me a screenshot. But thank you so much. You never have to donate. It's never required, but I do appreciate it. And it just goes back into the mission. It helps me to print flyers and to be able to advocate for not only Tyler, but other missing people that I cover on my channel. So it is much appreciated. Thank you so very much. I just wanted to go down here. There was another comment that I saw. You know, it does take patience. Yes, it does take patience, Lolly. And I appreciate everyone who, you know, we all can do something, and we can't necessarily always do the same things. But it takes teamwork. Like, if nobody gave me credit for anything, it would be okay. As long as Tyler got his case looked into and this family got an apology, and it could change how missing cases are investigated in my state, that's what matters the most to me.
Yep.
And we have another special guest coming up right now. Hello, hello, AJ. How are you?
Hello, hi.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Y'all know me.
All
I'm
right, fish
always late.
porn. Fish porn, talk to me right here. Fish porn. Y'all need to quit criticizing. This is bigger than you think. Fish porn, you're gonna have to explain that to me because I'm
Please
not sure
elaborate.
exactly. I know there's a lot of corruption and things going on, but it may not be tied into Tyler's missing case specifically. But I appreciate you being here, and I know that you and I have spoke at length about things that you're going on in with a case that you're dealing with up in North Carolina. But DNR should be criticized. I have to agree with you, Allie. There. I mean, let's be honest. Hey, Tits McGee, thanks so much for being here. I'm so glad to see you here. Yeah, the cover-ups are huge. I feel like you are right, and you have not offended anyone, Adrian. I know that you may have missed some of our live streams, and she
No,
says, I have watched, I did see, and I can't imagine the stress they are under, and I didn't mean to offend anyone. Sweetie, you didn't, and we just
didn't
appreciate
offend-
you understanding.
no. I just
Because
wanted
Brian needs
a picture of Brian, and his heart's broken. He can't deal with this.
Hey,
But
Ron Pope.
I can do it for him.
Thanks for being here, Ron.
Yeah, thank you, Ron.
Yeah, I hate that it's taken this long too. Yeah, that's the book that I'm still working on reading, that fish porn. I haven't got all the way through it because I've been busy working on some of these cases and things, but so the article that I wanted to share real quick, because obviously my video, it may have been my Wi-Fi, guys, and I do apologize. Sometimes the Wi-Fi, it just has a mind of its own. And that's why I turn my camera off, because when I use my camera, it takes up more of my Wi-Fi, and sometimes the signal is not as good. But I did want to say that I saw this article with the Post and Courier, and Nicole wrote this article, and it says, I raised hell. Why TylerDoyle's family wanted SLED to investigate his case. And I loved this so much.
She asked me, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. She said,
I love this.
but I've been in contact with her for months, and so she knows me well. And when she asked me a question, that was my response. I raised hell.
I don't think you could have said it any better. Look at this picture. He was helping you blow out the candles on your birthday cake when you turned 21.
Yeah, that was sitting on my desk. They came to my job where I work, our business, and that I have sitting on my desk along with my two children's pictures beside it. And she was like, can I please have you hold that and take a picture? I remember that day very well. And he helped me blow out my candles when I turned 21. People don't realize, like I've said many times, that's like my little brother. He's more of a brother than a nephew. I was 19 when he was born, so.
And this article says Shay Boyd has reached her breaking point. Nearing the 1 anniversary of her nephew TylerDoyle's disappearance, Boyd worried that her family would never get answers to questions about what happened January 26th when Doyle was lost during a boating accident in Little River. So on December 4th, Boyd and her mother Linda called the lead investigating agency, the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, one more time. And their hope was that DNR would request assistance from the state law enforcement division, and the extra police resources would ensure that no evidence had been overlooked. And you said, I'll be honest, I raised hell. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. But the same day, y'all received a call from a DNR attorney confirming SLED was assisting with the case.
because the day before is what people don't realize that on Sunday night, I called my mom. We talk every single night. There's not a night that goes by I don't talk to her. And Sunday night, I told her, I said, I need you to meet me at my office tomorrow. And so we handled some business on Monday and made some calls. And then by Tuesday, she got a call from a very important person. So,
Well, I really feel like that this was because of the team effort that we put into. Listen, it wasn't just me, it wasn't just AJ, it wasn't just you, it wasn't listen, it was a collective of people. It was a collective of people that was willing to say, "Hey, I know this person, I have a connection to this person, I'll be willing to send these out, this is who you need to reach out to. I can get up with the governor, I can get up with the AG," and I called the news stations, and I think that you had, I think you told me that WMBF News reached out to you again today. Is that right?
yeah, this morning. Mm-hmm.
They reached out to me.
And that's great. That's great because we have to keep talking about Tyler's case. We can't go silent about this.
Yes. The more exposure, the better.
Exactly.
And the wonderful thing, and I don't know, should we tell them about our invite that we have, Shay, to talk about Tyler's case?
Yeah.
Shay got a message. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
I don't have a way to pull it up right now, but
I can actually pull it up and I'll share the screen.
okay.
And I think Michelle can also drop their link once I get this pulled up on the screen to share it with you guys. I'm going to share my screen now so you guys can take a look at that. This is a podcast called the Enmeshed Podcast, and they talk about true crime. It is a mother and daughter duo out of Cornelius, North Carolina, and they are on Amazon Music, they are on Apple Music, they're on iHeartRadio, they're on Deezer, and they're on Spotify. And you can actually go, this is their Enmeshed True Crime Podcast website. And Michelle, if you can drop their link in the chat, that would be great. We can go down here to see, there's the host. Pam is the mom, and Amanda is the daughter. Amanda is a chemist, and she loved forensic science and things like that. And her mom was born in D.C., and she worked for a rocket scientist at the Pentagon. She worked for the Department of Justice for almost 40 years. So they love to do true crime shows, and they have a huge podcast and a huge following. And they've asked if Shay and I would like to come talk about Tyler's story on this podcast. I think that's really exciting to just be able to get. Do you know how many more people we can reach Tyler's story with just on these platforms?
Yeah.
I mean, that is incredible that people want to talk to the family. They want to know more information about what's happened in Tyler's case.
Yeah.
So this is like so exciting. When you told me that, I was so excited. I was like, they follow my Facebook page because I follow them on Facebook. So I listen to them. but I never dreamed that they would actually reach out to us and want, you know, to hear Tyler's story. And that just proves that people are listening. People are listening. They know that there are things going on in this case that don't make sense, that weren't handled properly, and a lot of people have questions. But we've got to stick to the facts that we know, and which is not a whole lot, because Ronnie Floyd didn't really do a good investigation of this
Say that
case.
louder for the ones not listening, Duchess. Because
mean,
everybody wants to talk about fact this, fact that. Nobody has facts because Ronnie wouldn't talk about it. He didn't even give
That's
them
right. I
facts.
mean, he let someone leave the scene of an accident with a firearm, and neither one of both of the evidence, whether there was something done with that had anything to do with the waiters or the firearm, that left the scene and did not follow the chain of custody. And also, Tyler's friend left the scene before the police could get there, and that's just not how it works.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, how about EMS? Have you, I mean, you even see on crime shows, like, or you would have imagined that a missing person is here. We've got this kid in our ambulance who had a firearm with him when he was picked up. Why would we let him leave when we can't find the other person? So I hold them accountable too. Horry County Fire and Rescue. I mean, do they not? It's just so sad that people who go missing in the water do not get treated like somebody who could have been involved in a crime inside a house. I mean, if the police are called, I mean, we were told an officer was on their way to keep us informed. Well, guess what? We didn't have to stay there. You know, me and my husband and Brian and Lakeland, the rest of us, we left. We went to go look for Tyler when we realized his boat was just going by. But you would think that, for God's sakes, there was a firearm involved and he's refusing to go to the hospital, and you see another man come to the scene of this place, and he takes his waders and his gun and he leaves with it when he's already in the car with his girlfriend. Why didn't he just keep it with him?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
So I was very excited to see Nicole do the story. I think the title was just amazing. But then I started seeing the other articles that were coming out, from I think WBTW News. They actually had an article. I think I actually linked them also in my description. And, anytime you guys want to find the links to anything, you can always go to my description box under this video. And usually any videos that I play or that I reference, I always put the links in the chat for membership, for links that I might talk about on the live stream, things like that. All of those links are in there. The links to the petition is in there also. But of course, the mods will be dropping those in the chat as well. So when I go over here to WBTW, and I pull up their article, and it's pulling up right now, and I'm going to share my screen because I think that was like the biggest concern that I saw people talking about was, in this article, they wait all of this time to bring SLED on. Hang on, let me get back over here. And I was going to see if it was in this one. Let's see. Yeah, we've received various tips from the public about possible sightings of TylerDoyle, a DNR spokesman said in an email to News 13. That is the Stephen Fastnow guy, which is supposedly like a writer for the DNR.
And we
And I
can't
just want to
say,
know who
Can I
gave him
speak
that
on this?
information.
but we
Can I
can't
speak
say
on
he's
this
not lying,
real?
because
Wait,
remember in the beginning.
can I speak on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me speak on this because I'm so people have tried to take what these people are saying and turn it around into being not a good thing, and this is actually a tremendously good thing. The bottom line is Shay did have an incident where a girl was in the chat saying that Tyler had hung out with her brother or somebody. True or not true, Shay?
True. The weekend as she was
Mm-hmm.
sending me this, she said the weekend before, I'm done with this group and you won't be getting my prayers for him anymore. So
Ronnie
apparently,
Floyd speaks on this in the recording that is posted onto my website. He even says to your mother, he says, and Shay got mad at me, but that girl changed her story real quick. So I'm not going to go deep into it, but here's the bottom line. What does that say about Ronnie Floyd's investigation? If they got tips that Tyler was seeing, how come you and your mother were never told that? So it still comes back to Ronnie Floyd, no matter how you want to slice it. So if they want to play that game and say that, oh, this is why it got turned to SLED, that's fine, because it's still his fault.
yeah. And unfortunately, I don't think he knows what we were told. And apparently the person who's way above him thinks something too. So
Exactly. And you know what? It's not like DNR is going to stand up and say, hey, we might have botched this. Can y'all take over? Of course they're not. They're going to say whatever they can to save face. But when Miss Linda asked Ronnie Floyd, can this be turned over? What was his response to her, Shay?
no.
Thank you. He had no intention of turning this case over, not even a little bit.
None.
Yeah. We heard that in the phone call. He specifically said, no.
If this was
Like
his
that.
case.
My texts to him, which have been sent to higher ups and others outside of DNR, that he denies everything that I ever asked was denied. I did all the work for him for the girl who posted that in that chat or in the group that time. I did all the work. I found her phone number, everything. I did it all for him. And it took him like 2 or 3 days before he ever contacted her. I said, listen, whenever I got him put in NAMUS, you don't get to tell me you're not going to call. If you're the lead investigator, you're going to have to do your job.
He was too busy trying to figure out how to not say the word when he couldn't find the phone number. I mean, no matter how they want to put it, it all comes down to one thing. Ronnie Floyd screwed up, and he knows it.
Right.
Can't
Everybody
even find the evidence.
Right. And I was just about to say that. Everybody thinks they know so much. There's phone calls that ain't nobody but the three on this panel right here heard.
Thank you.
That's exactly right. You don't know what you don't know.
There's recordings that nobody knows about. Say that again, Duchess.
You don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
That part.
That's
and
right.
ain't
When Shay
nobody
told me that, I was like,
calling
boom.
phone numbers and trying to get people to cover their ass if that ain't the case. There's a whole other reason SLED's involved in this, but y'all think what you want to.
Exactly.
Listen, we're just doing this because we want Tyler's case to be able to go forward and make sure that this doesn't happen to another family. And if you're not fighting for that, then you're probably not fighting on our team, because we fight for all missing people. And what happens in Tyler's case reflects how missing cases are going to be handled in the future in the state of South Carolina by the DNR. And we have to draw the line and say, this can't happen. This can't happen, because look what y'all have allowed to happen in this case. So if they just privately apologize for the behavior, but then he doesn't have to publicly apologize or have any repercussions for his actions, you know what happens? He stays in his position, and it's going to happen again and again and again. And that is failing the citizens of this state.
Right.
And as a tax-paying citizen, and there's a bunch of tax-paying citizens in this chat in South Carolina right now, 2 of them are on panel right now. And we can't have this. It's not right. There's corruption in all states. I get it, but that's why I focus on the Carolinas and I focus on Tennessee and Kentucky because there's a lot of corruption that happens in those places. And we have a lot of missing people that don't get the attention that they need. Law enforcement just goes, oh, well, we're too busy to look into that, or we don't have time for this, or there's no foul play. You just need to get over it. That is not how people need to be treated.
You're absolutely right, Duchess. But here's what I want to know. Who in their right mind, and I'm being really serious when I ask this question, and maybe I just think differently. I don't know. But who in their right mind can sit there and look at Christian Holden's phone bill knowing that they were altered? And if I'm not mistaken, were you not told by that special phone call, Shay, that that person even looked and seen that they were altered? Which is probably why 2 weeks ago, I don't even know if it's been a whole 2 weeks, the state police showed up at Christian Holden's door and told him, you can either sign this permission slip for us to access records, or we'll get a court order and access them. People don't change things that they don't think is wrong. So why are they
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Because just because I didn't say it doesn't mean I didn't know about it. It's just that not everything has to be said before it's time to be said.
Right.
But what AJ just said, won't you repeat that again, AJ? Say it again.
State police showed up to Christian Holden's house with paperwork and said, you can either sign this and willingly give us access to your records, or you can not sign it and we'll go get a court order. But either way, we're getting them. So that tells me, along with what all of our eyes have already seen, that he did something to, and from my understanding, they don't have, and I could be wrong on this part, but from what I understand, he didn't sign nothing that day. Now make it make sense. State police is not going to go out to Christian Holden's house and tell that man that with papers in their hand if they don't think something was wrong.
They're not going to investigate if they don't think that there could have potentially been foul play. Listen, I can't speak for the people that were out there that day that were taking the gun and the waiters, or that, I can't speak for Christian. I can't speak for, but I'm sure that the police are going to want to talk to them and they're going to have
They
questions.
wrote it in their report. I mean, it's in the report, the FOIA, that he came and he took the gun and the waiters.
Sure is.
Uh-oh. Why?
I mean,
his girlfriend was there with her car. I saw him.
I think I saw somebody, I did highlight it earlier in the chat. Somebody said polygraph them all. I mean, what's it going to hurt? If you're telling the truth, it's not going to hurt a thing.
Like I've said many times before, if the roles were reversed, TylerDoyle would have never left. He would have stayed in the car with me and my mom that night to help look for his friend.
Yeah, I still don't understand his whole little passage sentence about he's not going to the hospital, knowing they would call that in, and so that would be in the report. But yet he had no problem hopping in that car and leaving with his girlfriend.
Right. He wasn't going to the hospital because he was waiting on his friend to take his gun and his waiters. I mean,
exactly. But he didn't have no problem
just put it in his girlfriend.
Hannah has the funniest things to say in chat. What was Kelly, was it you? Kelly, are you still in here? I think I saw that she posted some kind of acronym for South Carolina DNR, stands for South Carolina Don't Need Ronnie. Did I see that? Kelly, are you in here? I need for you to please tell me that that's what you put in chat and that I'm not crazy. Because I was just going back through on my phone and I thought I saw that and I'm like, I can't find it on my StreamYard. But that made me laugh because I was like, oh no, that's going to be a bumper sticker before it's over with. Adrian, who took the gun and the waiters? That would be TJ Brown, which is apparently a friend of Christian Holden.
It's in the
And that's
FOIA.
pretty
Which
much all I can tell you.
Just happened to be out on the water that day. Just happened to be in the vicinity close enough to where when he pulled up, he watched Christian get taken off the rocks. I mean, it was just pure coincidence. Just like it's pure coincidence that Casey says out of her own mouth that her son walked up to her and said, this boy told the police that Christian called him and said, if I need you, can you come? And her own son thought that was weird. Yeah, that's weird. If I need you, can you come when your friend is drowning, supposedly? Stop
Can you call them first and not 911?
Thank you. And you wait 13 minutes to call 911? Stop it.
Is that a crime? I wonder. Like if you see
It
someone
is in North Carolina. It is in North Carolina. It's not in South Carolina, but it is. Failure to call 911 and render aid can be a felony in North Carolina if they die. And that is why I had that conversation with Cito, and we will save that for another day.
Yes.
Camshaft Duchess, guess who showed up earlier but immediately went away? I must have. I was involved in the conversation. I must have missed it, Camshaft. The chat was flying, and y'all saw how behind I was in chat, so I must have missed it.
Please tell us.
Please tell us.
I'm sure we could guess.
Well, look, Camshaft knows. Okay, listen, y'all handle it down there. Y'all handle it down there, and we're just gonna handle it up here. I'm doing the best I can. Chat's kind of slowed down for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, withholding evidence. Absolutely. Jenny, thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Duchess Squad. If I need you, yeah, it does sound suspicious, doesn't it, Jessica?
And we know that that's what was said because it's exactly what is said on his statement that we received in the FOIA. Those exact words. So we know that Casey's son was telling the truth because that's what is in TJ's statement.
I mean, Kristen, I can see why people think that. I mean, and I can't tell them not to think that because we don't have any evidence to say that it didn't happen. All we have is just one person who's just telling his version of the story, but police didn't collect the evidence to confirm that. And that's what normally happens if you're in an accident where there's a gun involved. I mean, are they just going to be like, hey, so-and-so, come get my gun and take it? I mean, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and Camshaft, I 1000% agree with you. There's no way he could not have been because it quotes the time that he finally got a hold of Christian to say where he actually was. And there's not but like what, a 14-minute difference, Duchess? From that time and when he reached the rocks? You can't reach the rocks that quick.
There's no way. And I have to agree.
Had to have already been in there.
And let's talk about the fact that I was told by law enforcement officer that you can't have a firearm on the jetty because actually that's against the law. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, he goes, that's why I can't understand why they were out there duck hunting on the actual jetty. He was like, because that is against the law. And I had asked Shay about that. And Shay, what were you told about that?
It is against the law. So did they just feel sorry for Christian and Tyler? I mean, why weren't they? I mean, he's a missing person. I say if it's against the law, they neither one got a ticket. So what's up with that?
Yeah, they're just going to let him go because
a firearm out there. There's boats going by. There's houses nearby. You're not supposed to be duck hunting out. That is illegal. So why didn't Ronnie issue a ticket to Tyler and Christian Holden? Is it just the circumstances weren't fitting for it, or does he just get to pick and choose like always what he wants to do with a situation, like he did with Mr. Danny Jewell? Did not let him go and try to give our family some closure. But 2 weeks later, he wanted to give us some closure and let Danny go out there. No.
Honestly, I think that's when he realized that he might have messed up on that and he was trying to fix it. Just like with, y'all know what conversation I'm referring to. He was trying to fix it.
Yep.
I mean, listen, it could have been an accident. That was one of the first things that Shay and I talked about was, do you think there could have been an accident? And
said
he
it to him.
panicked. He panicked, so he called his friend first.
He's going
instead
to
of
owe our
calling.
family an apology for that as well, because in the beginning, I got in his truck and I sat with him before I had to write my statement. And I was crying my eyes out, and I sincerely just asked him, you know, hunting accidents happen all the time. I mean, how often do you hear? I mean, even our vice president shot a Secret Service agent in the face, Dick Cheney. I mean, it was an accident. You hear it on the news all the time. And I just simply asked him, do you think he's scared? Is that why he won't come back out here? Is that why his father wouldn't let my husband talk to him? So he had some insight. Because, by the way, my husband got his dad's number from a friend who was there the next morning. And all my husband wanted to do was say, hey, you know, this is Tyler's uncle. I'm about to get on a boat and I just want to talk to your son and see where he last saw Tyler at. So we're not going out there blindsided. He wouldn't even let Chad talk to his son. He said, no.
This is the same one that wasn't going to leave the landing to go to the hospital until he found his friend, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
It's irritating.
Ugh. And so I said to Ronnie, what's the chances that he accidentally shot Tyler and he's just scared, you know, because he's a younger person. I mean, did you look into that? And then he goes on the freaking news and gives a statement saying that we accused Christian Holden of killing Tyler. That's not what I said. I asked him a damn question. That was it. And that's what it got. He's going to apologize to me for that.
In all fairness, Shay, I can't honestly, and you might not agree with this, and Duchess, you might not either. But if the little boy would have stepped up and said, look, this is what really happened that night, and he accidentally, I would have more respect for him than I do right now.
Me too. I mean, accidents happen. I've been out there at those rocks after this happened. That was the first time I've been out there. I watched my brother climb up them, but he can climb very well. I almost broke my ankle and my neck trying to get up those rocks. I mean, I can't imagine holding a big gun doing it at the same time. Or think about this. If the waves were as rough as they say they were in the report for that day, what if all that bouncing around and you're holding a gun and you're about to shoot a duck or whatever you're going to do with it and you accidentally shoot the person that's in the boat with you? I mean, all this stuff goes through our heads at night, every night.
But I'm glad you did say that, Duchess, about Shay and the whole y'all talking about it being an accident, because here's the thing. This is what nobody understands. I've never heard, me personally, I've never heard Shay, Miss Linda, Brian, none of them say that they know for a fact it was an accident. Me and Shay have talked about the fact that the duck blind was on the water. What if he got caught because it was getting dark? Maybe he couldn't see, you know, he was twisted around when he got in the water, and the duck blind, I don't know how big it is, but I'm saying we've talked about all possibilities. It does not change the fact that Christian could have stopped all of this by not altering his phone bill.
Right. And then Ronnie could have
just told the truth.
You know,
the truth will set you free. You know, I mean, we would probably not even be here right now if he would have just been transparent and just listen. I know that what he went through, it probably is traumatic. I don't doubt that at all. The guy that saved my life in the water, I mean, he had a heart attack after that happened. You know, I mean, because it was so stressful for him. It took him months to get over that trauma because he didn't even know how to swim, but he still jumped out there to save my life with a life jacket. He still did it, guys, you know, and I just don't understand. Listen, if my friend is in the water, I'm going in. I'm just saying, that's just me personally.
Tyler would have done the same thing. And if he couldn't have saved him, he would have never left ever that night. I could see him staying in the car
Right.
with me and my mom that night and being there until he helped find his friend, or he either had to leave because nobody could find him. I mean, that would have been what Tyler did, but that boy never came back.
And that's why we are fighting right now, because we are doing what I know that Tyler would do. He would be there till the end until he got answers for his friend.
Yeah, he would, but he doesn't get to do that. And so I won't let
He
him
wasn't
down.
afforded that. He wasn't afforded the luxury of being able to be here. And I don't know the answers, but no one's going to know the answers because it wasn't investigated properly to know what the real answers were. Aiden says we should interrogate everyone. Well, not we, but SLED. SLED should definitely interrogate them. I do think they should call everybody in and re-interview them, get recorded conversations, ask them all of the key information. And I do think that they should interview Ronnie Floyd and ask him about all the things. Why did he do these things, and why did he make the decision to not let Danny Jewel drag his nets, or whoever that person was that made that call? Why did he not allow Brad and the forensic diver that he had with him to assist in this recovery? Why the delays? Why did he say that the dive team for South Carolina DNR was coming, but they never showed up? There is just so many unanswered questions, and he doesn't want to give us an answer. And this family deserves that. Tyler deserves that.
Tyler deserves that too. Yep. And nobody's going to stop me. You can try all you want. All the people out there that have their little things to say, good luck is all I can tell you. Anybody who knows me personally knows that I'm a fighter. I don't stop.
I know. And that's good. That's good. That's what we have to have. And I'm going to be here with you the whole way. We're not going to stop fighting for Tyler. But we're also not going to just come up here and, listen, I just have to go here for just a moment because
I like what she said.
Listen, all of three of us up here, we have real lives. We have real things. We have real jobs. We have things we have to take care of, all while trying to fight for Tyler. And when I have a moment to just sit down after a long day and have to take care of my dog and make her some dinner and give her medicines, my phone is blowing up with these messages of hatefulness and division and saying some of the craziest, god-awfulest things about Shay and AJ and myself. And I just want to say I'm blown away. Like, listen, I don't even think about some of these people. They don't cross my mind. You know why? They don't matter to me, because if they're not actively involved in helping get justice for Tyler, then I just don't I don't give them space in my head. I don't even think about them until somebody sends me 15 screenshots. And well, they're over here saying all of this, that, and the third. I just want to ask what is the goal here? I just want to understand what is the goal.
You didn't know that? Wait a minute. You didn't know? They have a chat that actually says, we're not going to fight with each other. We're here to take AJ down. Well, good luck with that.
Wait a minute. Okay, hang on.
I am not. I swear to God.
The name of the chat is "We're Not Here to Fight with Each Other."
No. They were telling each other. No. They're in a chat, but they were telling each other. Somebody said, "Well, we're not going to fight with each other," and then she's like, "That's not what we're here for. We're here to take AJ down." I've been waiting for 8 months to be taken down. When's that going to happen?
But see, that's part of the thing, is that they can't stop fighting with each other because the pettiness. Like, I can't subscribe to that.
All they're going to do is make me really push me. And I've really tried, because I know me and I let emotions take over. But keep talking shit about Shay. Matter of fact, let me find out somebody made Miss Linda cry again, and I'll release every damn thing I have on Miss Lakeland herself, and then it'll be their fault. Try me. Let me find out that Miss Linda was crying again. That's gonna send me over a damn edge. Shay's a big girl; she can handle her own, and Miss Linda is too. But Miss Linda, that's what's gonna put. So keep trying me. Let me find out again, because I heard about last night. Go ahead, make that day. Because y'all keep threatening with the police, and y'all don't understand. I've been there before and do not give a damn. Make it happen. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
I don't know some days whether I have to laugh to keep from crying, because I mean,
but I'm not gonna laugh when it comes to Miss Linda. I'm gonna go the hell off.
I just think it's ridiculous, and just, I mean, I have a question. Can I ask? I need to ask the panel a question, and I also need to ask the chat a question. I just want to know who's seen the screenshot, because Mary, quite contrary, I'm really getting tired of your shit. Okay. And I do not like to have to talk about this in front of this family right now. But here's what I'm going to say.
Oh, Lord.
I'm done. I'm done with you and all of this BS, because you're talking about.
I'm glad you brought this up. Duchess, didn't you used to be a nurse?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, okay, this is the same person. Excuse me, guys. Somebody just knocked my dog. This is the same person who was in a chat talking about women that get raped can't get pregnant because their body won't allow it, because it knows that it's being raped. Shut the hell up. We're not even going to waste our time on that damn ignorance.
Oh, my Lord.
What?
Yes, that is what she said, and I have a screenshot of it. That's why I'm telling you, Duchess, you are so far above her. Don't even waste your time with that. Because you are so far above her level, it is not even worth it. When anybody to say some dumb shit like that, it's not even, she's the gum on my shoe. And yeah, just don't. You're way better. You are way better than that. Do not even that was the dumbest stuff I ever seen.
When I saw this, I was like, Shay, I just want you to tell everybody in the chat. Well, I mean, I think I showed AJ also, and a bunch of people in this chat has also seen it. How many live streams on pretty much anything on my channel is monetized?
I don't think you make a dime.
Wasn't there like 3 videos
last night? Because it's not their business.
I will show it all, Mary, quite contrary, because your lies are just you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Laugh. She's funny.
The only reason I monetize is so that I can have members, because we do fun stuff. And listen, you wouldn't understand about it because you're too busy tearing other women down. So you don't know about having like a tribe of women that lift each other up. They pray for each other. They help each other. They're there for each other. We lift each other up. Like, see, I'm not about your life. I'm not about the thug life. Okay. No, that's not what we're doing over here. Like,
I don't think they did it. Do you know how many times even you Douglas has texted me and said, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay, or Shay have text, like, we genuinely give a damn. Like, all of that they're doing is so ridiculous, it doesn't make sense.
Well, Misty, we love you, and we appreciate your support, and I appreciate y'all letting me have my 5-minute rant. But it just really distracts me from what I'm trying to do, and I feel like that's why they do it. And also, they know that it's going to make me irritated because I get tired of them saying that about Shay. But listen, does Shay look like she's affected? Look, she's over there laughing right now. Look, I see you giggling. Like, what?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Because here's what I'm going to go ahead and let it out. Here's what they don't know. See, I have a video that and I have
they got me messed up.
Yeah, that part. But I have text too. The video that they think that they're so hyped about, that somebody did something wrong, good luck with that. Huh, Shay? Good. Good luck with that, because I have the video that we recorded right before it and the text where we were doing it on purpose. Now that the case is filed, I don't care if they know. So yeah, good luck with that. Run with it, because that's all they do is take whatever Shay says, whatever Duchess say, whatever I say, and they run with it. Have fun.
Good luck, girls.
Wait, Crystal says, I will say, AJ, can you debunk and explain the text screenshots and the videos they've been posting in the Cody Facebook? What is that? What are we talking about here?
They may, matter of fact, I'll do y'all one better.
Cody? Who's Cody?
I don't know. Cody Alcorn. I'll do y'all one better.
Oh Lord, Cody Alcorn's Facebook page. Oh, I heard that was
yeah. So the text
a very hot topic today.
Me and Shay aren't between me and Shay. The one that they show a bits and piece of, they cut and they put with the other one. But I'll do y'all one better. I will download all of the texts unless Shay has a problem with it, and I will post them, because I don't have shit to hide. Who takes the time to even attempt to do something like that? Like, you're gonna slow down a screen thing to make up? Like, get out of here. Seriously. And first of all, let's not get it twisted. All of that Shay did this and Shay did that. You know what? Bullshit. Because Shay didn't do nothing that Shay didn't have a POA giving her permission to do. So kiss my ass.
Debbie, you're a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Anything I do get, it just goes back into everything that it costs, because it is expensive to be a creator. I mean, with all the equipment and the different things I use to make my videos. I mean, the news anchors, they get paid to do their stories and stuff. But I mean, I'm usually just giving my money away to other people who need it. Like Toaster Oven needs a purple tent because she's homeless, but she's out here putting up flea market tents and helping to find Tennessee missing kids. But she's homeless, y'all, living in a van. And all she wants for Christmas is a purple tent so she don't get rained on. Like that's the kind of stuff when y'all send money. Like, I'm trying to pay it forward to other people who don't have things, that are out here trying to help missing people.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? Like, these people, these women who are, whoever they are trying to say negative things, tear us down. What they don't realize is that I've never met two people like you that do things. I mean, you guys don't have to do this for my family. AJ, you came out of nowhere and you were like, Duchess, you were there from day one, and you didn't get a dime from us. AJ has never received a dime from my family. These two women didn't have to do this to help me. They have good hearts. And I guess that's hard for some people who go on there and say the things that these women are, who knows if they're women? We don't know who they are with the fake Facebook. But I mean, I guess they don't understand that kind of humanity, that a person can be a good person. I mean, they don't get good people. That's what you two are.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that.
I do too.
I just want to pay it forward, because there was a time when there was angels that blessed me and covered me with their feathers, because I was, and that's what we have to do. We have to surround each other and try to just be, we have to stay focused, and there's no reason to be out there cheering other people down. Listen, I mean, I've had people say wretched things about me, but I don't go around making Facebook pages, troll accounts to go spy to see what they're doing. I just don't even think about it. I just pray for them, and then I just keep doing what I'm doing.
Like, it really irked me when I knew that Duchess had been dealing with a hard week, that Petra being at the vet and stuff, and then they started posting that. Then I got her. Y'all, like I've said it a million times, y'all can say what y'all want about me, but don't come for Duchess and don't come for Shay, and damn sure don't come for Miss Linda. I
got to show y'all this picture. I can't. I could move my laptop, but then I might start mashing buttons, and the stream might end if I start moving my laptop. But I want to show y'all this picture. Hang on just a second. This is a very important picture, that because I was having such a tough week, I got this delivery to my house. Do y'all see that? Let me make my screen big. I was going to upload it on here and then I didn't have time. Y'all see how big that is? This pot weighs like 10 pounds. This is like 3 dozen roses.
It's beautiful.
Do y'all know
That
who
was so
sent me that?
sweet.
Do y'all know who sent me that? It wasn't my husband. I mean, I love you, Duke. Y'all, AJ sent me that because
so
she knew what
sweet.
I had been going through with my dog. Because my dog has been very sick, y'all. She has been an acute liver failure from a bacterial infection, but she is getting better. And she's been on IVs, but she's not anymore. She's been at home. And she's getting better every day. And I just want to say, AJ, I really appreciate you. And that was very kind of you to do that. And
You're welcome. You're welcome, Dutch.
And I'm gonna cry again. I'm sorry, y'all. Because y'all, when y'all bless me like that, I just
you know,
I get emotional because y'all have no idea how much it just blesses me when good things happen, or and then when y'all bless me by just sending me, like I had this wonderful, sweet lady in the Facebook group who sent me coffee, and I just want to tell her thank you because it was some of the best organic coffee that I've ever had, and my husband drank most of it. I'm really angry, but he loves it so much that he yes, I might need you to please send me another one. Can I buy some from you? Because but like, see, it's just like she didn't have to do that, but she did it because she wanted to. And y'all have no idea how much that blesses me when y'all do these little things like that. Like, y'all never have to do that. But because you do those things, like, it means so much to me. And it just makes me want to fight harder for these families because I know that
and if you can make somebody's day brighter, why not? Because it'll make your day brighter. But some people don't think like us, Duchess. You do a lot for a lot of people. People don't.
You blessed me so much, AJ, and people just have no idea what a wonderful person that you are. And I know I've had a lot of people say, well, AJ, one time you remember when that, I said, listen, I've forgot about that because I forgave her. And once you forgive somebody, I don't think about it again.
They talking about when I was talking mess. Oh yeah.
We didn't know each other.
We didn't, but as soon as I learned what I needed to learn, I came to Duchess and I told her I was wrong. I'm wrong. See, that's the difference between me
and I respect that. I respect that so much. And if I'm wrong, I'll say that I'm wrong. Like I would rather work it out than have like this hate-filled vitriol and try to take somebody down. Like that's not how I was raised. And I just try to be a better version of myself every day. And I don't want that for this family. And I don't want that for Lakeland and Michelle either. I don't want that for anybody in this family. But the truth matters, and that is why I do what I do, because I'm not doing it for any of those people. I'm doing it for Tyler. Because he deserves the truth, because he doesn't have a book.
Of Lakeland. I don't even understand how is it to get they need a reason to be able to get attention, so they're using Lakeland in that aspect.
Yeah, I think so.
Have been off of Lakeland for a while.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. All they're going to do is bring attention to Lakeland that Lakeland ain't going to want.
Right.
Leave it alone.
They should keep her name out of things.
Or don't. I mean, we can take it all the way if that's what they want to do. Let me not say leave it alone, because then they'll say, oh, AJ was scared last night. Yeah, right.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. And I mean, leave Shay and Miss Linda out of it. We can go round and round. I don't care.
I'm going to say that too. I mean, they can do whatever they want. But when you start talking about my mama, that ain't going to happen.
Mama Bear says maybe they want some money. Send them 1 cent because that's all their opinion is worth. Mama Bear, you just made me laugh. Thank you.
I don't know. I told Mary Ann Gordon today, like her little smart comments. Girl, bye.
And y'all, can I just ask y'all real quick? I just want to give a shout out to my mods. Listen, Michelle she is my admin. She's like my best friend, and she's my research queen. She does all the things, and I just want to give her a shout out for everything she and my team. Allie's in here. We got Donna in the house. Like all these girls that are over there with camshafts in here. Like a lot of these Lolly. They're in the Discord. They help me research cases. They've helped me on Tyler's case. They'll be sending the emails, getting the FOIAs. Y'all give them mods a shout out and some of these members that are here doing the work. I see Melissa here. Melissa, thank you for all that you've done, and we appreciate you so very much. Please don't forget to tell Will Folks that I still want to talk to him at Fitz News because he needs to hear all the things.
Oh, yeah, Duchess, I need to talk to you after the live because I did speak with him.
Oh, that would be wonderful because I'm itching. I'm itching to talk to him too. But let me say, these girls over here, they and even some of these moderator guys like Arctic Fox and Jason, like y'all, they sent me a beautiful gift. They sent me this beautiful handmade blanket with some tea and some chocolate and this little mug thing to carry my coffee in because they were thinking of me, and they just sent me a card saying, because we love you. And like, it's just these amazing people. Like, that's just what we do. Like, we just lift each other up and take care of each other. And that's what we got to do, and that's why we're here with AJ and Shay, because like they need us right now. Like the people in this chat right now, like you guys matter. Yeah. Like you're the ones here supporting. We're not trying to tear people down. We don't want to be those people. I mean,
I know.
But I mean, and I can't speak for AJ. She's just going to tell you the way that she feels, and that's just how it is. And I can't change her, and I'm not going to, and I don't want to change her because AJ is AJ, and
I love how she is.
And it's just the way that it is. And so, this is the dream team right here. This is it. This is what you got. So, and we're just going to keep doing
the way I talk. You might not like my deliverance of things, but one thing you can count on is I'm going to be me regardless. If Shay didn't like it, if Duchess didn't like it, if y'all didn't like it, I'm going to be me. I don't sugarcoat anything. It's just how it is. That's one of the things I love about Duchess. If Duchess knows, she knows she has that control. And I respect that. Me, y'all get somebody say something and I'll be 10-2. Like quick, 0 to 60, fast.
And we just talked about that. Like, we respect that we are different people, but like, that's okay. It's okay to that she's different than I am. Like, we're adults. We just respect it, and we just keep it moving, and we do what we got to do. And
we come together when the time. And
it's not a competition. It's not a competition for what we can do, because it takes a team trying to do all the things, and some of the team are right here in this very chat. Like, I see Christine and Stacy and God's Amazing Grace with Crystal, Deanna and Allie and Ghost Eagle. Like, I know I've talked to a ton of you people that have sent me messages. Hey, I'm going to write a letter to the governor. Hey, I signed the petition, or I shared this petition, or I sent you these things because I thought it might be important. Like, MJ5, I still need to send you some flyers. I have never made it to the post office because my dog's been sick, and I have just had 10,000 things going on, but I am going to try to get you those flyers as soon as I can. There are so many people that are making this work. I mean, I had one of my other subscribers come down and meet me over at Archie's to pick up some flyers. I really just appreciate all of you people that are so willing to help, and so willing to be there, to be supporting the Doyle family, because this is very difficult. And there was a small time frame coming up, because we're almost, and I hate to even say that, but we're almost into January. And that time frame is going to close down, where they're not going to be able to investigate the case and get certain information. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, but not even the 911 calls are available because they have been deleted. If you don't
They
already
don't
have them, they're
audio.
on the what?
They
Yeah,
don't
the
store
audio.
audio past 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, because they're only good for 6 months. And like, I didn't even know that till somebody tried to get a transcript and they couldn't get one, which doesn't make any sense to me why they only keep it for that short amount of time.
That's crazy.
That's kind of
Well, we
scary
got
to
the
me.
transcript. We finally got the transcript. We just can't get the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've taken it down now. And you would think with that big, that new facility, Shay, you know, for the 911 call center they built, like, isn't that why they have that? Is to be able to house. I'm just saying.
I mean, a jump
That's what
drive,
I
you can
thought.
hold a lot of stuff in the,
Calls are put on a server, though.
that's what I was
Well, that's what
thinking.
I thought it was there for, is so they could house the servers to be able to, because the Horry County is so big. See, the
This
more you
is
know, or the more you don't know.
Horry County, though.
You don't know what you don't know. See, once again,
I
Susan
know that
says,
they
Shay,
were
I
Said
dream.
that. Do you know where that came from? That's what Dr. Phil used to say. And I picked up on that when I used to watch Dr. Phil in my mom's salon. And he always said, you don't know what you don't know. And I thought that was a genius thing to say to somebody who thought they knew something.
That is so true. Callie, we're doing all that we can to I just want people to remember that I know people have their own feelings about, you know, Tyler's wife or Tyler's mom or Tyler's whatever. Y'all may have your own feelings about Shay, or your own feelings about AJ, or your own feelings about whatever Christian did.
Thank you, Callie.
It just is not okay to we're not going to go out and be attacking people. People can have their own opinions, and in their own area, they can say and express their First Amendment right as to however they feel. And in this live stream, we're going to choose to take the high road, because none of that is important on this particular stream, because all we are invested in is finding the answers and the clear truth as to what really happened that day to Tyler Doyle, whatever that looks like. Whoever has to be spoken to, whoever has to be interviewed, polygraphed, whatever evidence has to be combed over. If Ronnie Floyd and his superior have to be investigated, whatever it takes, we need to find out what exactly went wrong, because that is the reason why we don't know where Tyler is, because he could have been recovered had this been handled differently, in my opinion.
It's
And
like
they messed up. They need to own it. And until they
they're
own it,
already owning it.
we're going to
Yeah.
keep beating down their door until they own it. Until they own it and they give the family the apology publicly that they deserve. And Tyler will live on, because we're going to honor him. Whether it be with, I talked to Shay about, maybe we should see about doing, I don't really know much about setting up a 501c3, but I think it would be a wonderful idea to have something like the TylerDoyle Foundation, where, we could do outreach into the community and educate young people about boating safety, hunting safety, personal beacons, why those are important, because the people that we need to reach are these young men and women who are hunters and active on the water.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids out there on the water that may not be taking all the safety precautions, or may not know what to do in the event of an emergency like that happened in Tyler's case.
Yeah. A lot of people drowned this year.
Education is not. Yeah.
And on the waterway, people in boats drunk, and that poor little girl who died this year on the waterway, that poor guy that was with his friend who passed away. in the summer. I mean, there were so many people who died.
The 3 guys that are still missing.
I know.
Yes.
That breaks my heart. I got to
Remember when
actually
I
talk
said
to
that?
Tyler's mom, messaged her and got to talk to her and tell her my Tyler story. And I sent her a documentary to watch, To Not Give Up Hope, about a guy who survived like 78 days out to sea in a life raft. His mom, she truly showed me what it means to be preemptive at the very beginning. His mother was on the news every single day. Now, you have to go back to the first week that we were there at the landing. The next of kin has control over the news media. My best friend, who lives right beside me here, she is well spoken, has a big company. She has done many interviews, and she came to the landing fully prepared to represent our family, just so we wouldn't have to. And even she was denied to go on the news and speak for our family. I saw so many news people being run off, cussed out by people who were not a part of our family. Had I been able to relive those moments, I would have stopped that if I could have done anything to stop it, because those people who I am now talking to frequently, Monday, the Sun News was at my office, posting Courier the next day. I'm meeting with WBTW on Monday. So these people were there, and they actually had to end up coming to the landing incognito, like they were just concerned citizens there to help, because they were threatened. Even though that's a public landing, they were threatened.
I have that one of them on recording doing that.
Yeah. And that was not my Doyle family.
Absolutely was not.
But this mother, Tyler's mother from Georgia, she is so active on the media, and you see her on the news constantly. And that is what we should have had going on from day one. The more exposure, the better. We could have had people coming from God knows where. I didn't even know about the Cajun Navy, that family was hired to go look for those boys. You know, had we known about that, we could have maybe done that for Tyler. But the news was made to move to the other side of the landing because of the next of kin. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, go for it.
I was so embarrassed. But, you know, it's funny how now I get to speak to these women in my office at work, and they say that they knew coming in they have to be, you know, on guard, because sometimes that happens. But if my kid was missing, let me tell you something.
I want every news person out there to be there.
I would be begging for help from anybody.
Yeah, I remember when that story came up about the 3 boaters, and my heart sank, and I sent it to you, and I was, you know, because I thought we need to pray for them.
Yeah, I quit watching the news a long time ago, and I didn't know, and you told me, and I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
That's another thing. And that's another thing. Duchess does this on a daily. She reads these people's stories, these different missing people. She deals with this stuff on a daily, from little kids being abused and missing, parents being accused. Man, that's got to be, I don't think I could do it.
I mean, it is stressful. I have a live stream tomorrow night about Layla Santinello, and she's missing in Tennessee. And
I went and read that story that about that other little girl, the one who was sleeping downstairs, that went inside, and her little brothers were there. I can't Summer
Wells.
I cried for an hour and a half, 2 hours straight. That I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't do it. She goes through each and every detail. Yeah, no.
I know.
It is. It's very difficult, you know, and Crystal covered Elena's case, you know, the little 18-month-old. I just don't know how.
Okay, that's the one with the petition that got changed, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, Crystal. Let me go ahead and give you two high fives, because there's
Molly covers Summer's case. There's a.
I had to stop reading on that one. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't
you know,
either.
and we cover Amber Alerts. There's just people reach out to me and just ask, hey, I have a missing family member. I have another live stream that I'm waiting for the family to let me know when they want to do it. And it's a cold case out of Illinois. Larry McNelly, or they call him Larry Mack, and his house was set on fire. He was on the phone with his friend at 4:30. By 8 o'clock, 60 acres of his property was on fire. And he was missing from the property, and he was found about a week later, caught between two barges going down the Mississippi River in Memphis, Tennessee.
Wait, caught what? You just lost me.
Like,
I think I read
yeah,
about
like
that.
his body was caught between two barges going down the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
And in order to identify him, they had to get a piece of his dentures, because I guess it has your name on it. And that's how they were able to identify him. And his 84-year-old father wants to come on a live stream because he wants to know what happened to his son.
Oh.
And he can't find the answers. And so him and his daughter are still advocating to find out what happened. So we're going to talk about it. Like, people reach out to me. Sometimes they just want me to make them a missing flyer, and because of my members, I don't monetize my videos. And so I can pay for the applications, and I can make those flyers and send them to them free of charge, and I don't charge them anything. I make the flyer so they can download it and circulate it on social media. And I have people contact me, even from England. I had a lady contact me from England. She had a missing person and asked if I could make a flyer for her. And I'm happy to do it, because we all can do something to help support finding people.
Right. Exactly. And there's one more thing that I want to bring up. I don't want people to have the inclination that this is just a South Carolina DNR problem. No, this is a all over problem with police not being trained right to investigate missing persons. And case in point, there's a lady right here in Arizona who just got asked by the DOJ to come up with her own plan to go around. They are going to pay her to teach the officers how to deal with missing people. Duchess, I talked to you about her. Her little sister.
Yeah, I would love to talk to her. That would be incredible.
That she's just a normal citizen, but the DOJ has recognized that police are not properly trained to deal with how to deal with families of missing people. So they've asked her to come up with her own training program. She's a normal citizen.
Yeah.
Jenny, I'll be happy to cover Samantha's case. I think you did reach out to me about that, and I was busy working. Sometimes my caseload I can only focus my attention, because I have ADHD, on just a few cases at a time, but I will make a video about Samantha Sperry. I will certainly do that. Michelle says that she's going to write it down. She is the boss. She keeps me in line. So, and if y'all have a case that you want me to cover, you can always reach out. But it's not very often that I have a case in my own backyard, which is why I'm so heavily invested in any case that is, in my community, because I have to advocate for people that are my friends and my community members. And Shay is my family. I mean, but yeah, both of you are.
You are.
I mean, look, AJ's over here doing all of this work, and she doesn't even live in this state. I mean, and Melissa, we are grateful for everything. She says, Shay, you need to ask SLED to appoint a victim's advocate to your family. Did it.
Yeah, and I want to say it again, because Melissa was contacting me like wanting emails and things like, and I think it was like probably 1 o'clock in the morning your guys' time, and she was up and on it. And Melissa, we appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
We really do. You have no idea. We are indebted to you, and we still need to have that cup of coffee. You need to get in touch with me, because we do need to have that cup of coffee. Yeah, I am familiar with the Dylan Rounds case. That is a crazy case. Arctic Fox has covered it, and I've tried to stay out of it because of the drama, camshaft. So that's why I haven't covered it on my channel, because it got crazy there for a while. But
What do you mean stay out of it because of the drama?
oh, if you thought Tyler's case was wild, that one is definitely crazy. I was covering another case when that case came out, and I saw some other creators covering it, and I thought, I'm good over here. It's a lot going on. It's a lot. That's what happens in these cases. Like, these people, they brawl. I mean, they get into YouTube fights, and then the creators start attacking each other over these cases. It's like Facebook on steroids, kind of. And I don't like to get into all that because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to,
But you
have
know
to
what?
duke
I
it
have
out with
to-
somebody.
right. And I do have to say, though, since we stopped accepting members, like my Facebook group has had no drama. We're cool. Everybody talks, gets along. And then if they don't, they just message me because they know if somebody says something stupid that I'll strike back. So, but I mean, like, there's different people have different ways of doing things. Somebody, I guess, made a remark today because I had posted about I would do the t-shirt free minus the shipping if they went to Pam's page, Pam Strickland's page, and did one of the raffles. I said it didn't have to be Tyler's raffle; it could be anybody's. Do y'all know how much she does for people? Has anybody, the ones that want to comment and talk smack? Do y'all know what this lady does? She don't make nothing off of that. Nothing.
She's a wonderful person. And
And
that's
at
another
first, I
person.
even
Let me find out
yeah,
they
I
talking
even
about
thought
my
that,
Pam.
like I was tripping off. But then I went to her page and I actually looked at it. And I'm like, wait a minute. And it's not just one or two every week, you guys. It's like she'll be holding through, and it's always for a cause. And she will tell you what the cause is. If we can all pull together and help each other to help others, why not?
Right.
I think
She's
it's
a
an
wonderful
amazing
person.
thing.
I'd like to give Pam a shout out too. That she's my family. She was my babysitter when I was little.
Yes. Shout
She's
out to Pam
amazing.
Strickland for all she's doing over there. If you guys are not joined up to Spinning Hope on Facebook, you guys need to go over and join up. She does some amazing things, and she's just giving back to people in the community that need an extra hand, that just need some support. They need something to lift them up because they're going through tough times, and that's a
I've
blessing.
seen her do one
And
for a
that's
teacher
why I
that has
love this community.
Yes.
That's why I
I
love.
told
Yes,
Shay, I was like, man, I'm living in the wrong area. I swear I am.
I mean,
Let's
that's-
pull
we
together.
come from good people.
But these flyers, that's another thing. I don't know why people seem to think that don't. Do y'all have go try to see the cost of making a flyer? I've been on the
it's
phone
expensive.
with Duchess when somebody has texted her needing flyers. She don't charge them anything. She just makes the flyers. Like, people need to stop. People need to stop because they don't.
When I have to get those flyers printed, I mean, Shay knows how expensive. I got one of the flyers right here for Tyler. These are these laminated double-sided ones. Like, I think we got, how many did we order?
350, I think 350 or 450. I can't remember.
I think there was
250 or 350. I can't remember.
I think it was 250, but these flyers are extremely expensive. I mean, but really it was a good price.
It was a good price. And we needed them like that because they were going to be close to the ocean.
Yeah, and these were over, I think 250 was like $400 and some dollars.
Yeah, and they needed to be sturdy because they were going to be mostly near the ocean and the weather. So,
we've done them for Amber Ray, and I cannot, you just do what you can. One way. Thank you for being a member for a month. Pam is a sweetheart, and she's doing it for a good cause. And, that's why I love this community. And that's why I've got to look out for this community. Y'all, we had a burglar in the neighborhood in broad daylight, and she got arrested. She was running around here with a hot pink sweater trying to break into people's doors and at 11 o'clock during the day, and they had to carry her by hands and feet and put her in the cop car. She was kicking and screaming, and Y'all, that
Good
was what,
God.
listen, I hadn't even finished my second cup of coffee. I was like, this is way too much for this time. I know. What is going on? Just, I mean, just what craziness, y'all. No.
Yeah.
That's why our community watch, like, I mean, they were on her. As soon as she came in the neighborhood, I mean, my phone started blowing up. I just went ahead and called the cops. I was like, we got some weird woman out here. You need to get out here now.
Weird woman.
Because who knows, you know? Camshaft, thank you for being a member for 4 months. So this week has been a productive week. We stayed quiet. We just waited to hear a response. The family got a response. But we're going to continue to keep you posted. I know that you probably have more that you could share with us in the future. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about any conversations that
Gosh, me? You talking to
that
me?
was this DNR person had with your mom? Is there any information that you can share with us other than the fact that you did tell me that they were very apologetic?
Oh, they did. They were apologetic, very much so. And
People don't apologize for things when they don't think it's wrong. Make
yes.
that make sense.
And very professional, and finally able to speak with somebody who is got it going on upstairs and knows. I mean, this person is educated. I'll just tell you that. There is so much I can't wait, but I can't talk about it right now. And
Okay, I do have, and I understand you can't talk about it, but I do have to ask this. Wasn't there somebody somewhere along this week that said that that was a part of something that said something about DNR not being trained? Or they don't go through the training to deal with missing persons?
oh yeah, that was exactly what this person told us, that they didn't.
I didn't know where.
The case was not transferred over to, or they didn't ask SLED for help. Let's just put it at that right now, since everybody on the news has said that. But the reason being is they are trained in wildlife. Like I said earlier, you shoot a deer when you shouldn't, a turkey, or you catch a fish that's too small, or there's a boating accident. They are not trained in missing persons and abnormal phone records. So this person had to apologize greatly for the mishandling of Tyler's case. And whoever, like all of us, and I know not just us, but a lot of other people have been a big role in what made this change. But yeah, they're not even allowed to handle that. Why?
Yeah, I don't care.
We were
who
told
was
also
in
is
or
why
out. I'm
we
just
got
glad
an
for him.
apology for why it took so long to get Tyler put in NAMUS, and the fight that we had to fight for that. And I was like, well, gosh, thank God, at least I got an apology for that, because you know how hard I fought for that.
Kathy, we can't discuss it. All we can tell you is that SLED is on the investigation, and they've been given that information, so they'll be investigating it.
Yeah.
And that's
Sometimes
all. That's all we know.
Talk about things because you just can't. I mean, but I'll be able to talk about it one day.
Yeah. And that's what has happened before. At the time you weren't able to really say anything, and then there was a time when you were able to share videos and phone calls and things. And we'll just have to, we'll just play it by ear. When you say you're ready, then it will be. And I think Don Allen said, so did Ronnie request SLED or a superior of South Carolina DNR? Is there anything you can comment, Shay, to say about that?
Say that again?
Did Ronnie request for SLED to come on board, or did a superior of South Carolina DNR request?
That answer.
No, Ronnie did not.
Sure did
Just-
not.
No,
No,
wasn't
Ronnie
him.
definitely didn't, because he didn't want to give up this case.
Yeah, and please understand, you guys, that every department has a department that might not even be the attorney of the department. It can be an advisor. Legal advisors are not the same as attorneys. Like, I know that the city police, they have legal advisors and then they have attorneys. When somebody does something that needs to be represented, okay, that's what the attorney's for. But they have other people that are not attorneys, but are actually just advising them on what to do with cases, period. So
Right. And until you get other people involved, Ronnie would be out here doing whatever.
trying to figure out how many times he said the word probably. I mean,
But he could have been out here doing whatever, filing it with them, and until you get the right people involved.
Duchess, do that again.
Well, my name is Ronnie Floyd, and what we're going to do here today is put together a TP, and we're also going to make a spear that we can kill a mammoth with. I mean, I just don't, I feel like that's what he really should be doing with his life in his service to the community. Is he needs to
he might be
continue
a good
to make more
DNR
videos.
officer, but he is not a good missing persons investigator.
No. And
100%. He could be. He's definitely a good Robin Hood of whatever he's doing on that channel over there, and that's where he needs. Yes, Ronnie Robin Hood Floyd, aka Scuba Steve. If he would just do this right here, I would leave him alone, and he could have a happy life right there, as long as he's not investigating people's cases that are.
If he would not tell people they need to go to church, then I might leave him alone. Like, come on, man. It's just,
I mean, does Ronnie go to church? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. I mean, do you just say that because you don't go to church, but it sounds like the right thing to say? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I know who my pastor is.
Yes, the mammoth.
Amanda Powell said, you have RF down to a T. Well,
I am from South Carolina, and my name's Ronnie Floyd, and I don't investigate.
In all fairness, though, you guys, I heard that his dad was a damn good cop.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of good things about that man, but he wasn't a DNR officer; he was an actual officer.
And I'm not going to say that Ronnie Floyd's not a good person. I mean, this is just Shay, and anybody who knows me knows I will give anybody the benefit of the doubt. I just don't think he knows what he's doing, and he
doesn't. I don't think he ever really had to deal with anything like this, and I think he played it by ear. And you don't do that with a missing persons case.
No, you don't. I mean, this is at the time he was 22 years old. For God's sakes, a family who sat down there for 5 weeks and begged and cried for this, that, and the other. And I mean, that's when I got pissed with him. And, do I think the man's a good person? I don't doubt that he's not a good person, because he was kind to us throughout things. I never had him be mean to me, but he denied me and my family a lot of things that we deserved for Tyler.
Absolutely. And I don't just blame him for that. I blame the people that are responsible for training them.
Yeah. I mean,
and
they gave him so much power. He does have a lot of power, y'all. DNR has a huge power. And I've said this before, my husband, I better be quiet because it's getting late. They might be going to bed, but I'll be out on my deck, and they come by and I'm like, and he's like, stop it, Shay. They can come in the house and arrest you. I was like, seriously, do you believe that? And I don't believe that either, but I don't know if it's true or not, but I still do it.
No, it's not. Just if you wave by or hi, that's just your way of waving.
I just give him a hard time about his videos, because I just think they're atrocious, and I don't know what in the world he's doing over there making these crazy videos with Robin Hood outfits on.
And I'm not okay with the way that they stalk Duchess either. When y'all pick her up from the doctor, waiting right there, like she ain't had that problem before.
Were they not sitting right there when you pulled up?
Yeah, to
They
me,
were
and then
sitting
they
right there when
pass
y'all
by
pulled
you
up.
to turn around and pull you over. That's
That
not
was
okay.
so weird. Like it was
I
like they
told you,
knew
I
we were
walked out on
coming.
the dock and I called Shay on the phone and I was like, there's this guy here. And I swear, I think looks like he's with the DNR. He's out here talking to my neighbor, which you saw my neighbor. I told you he just bought that land and he's trying to grade it so he can build a house on it. And he was just having he was pulled all the way up there to the seawall. And he was
Have you
like
ever
talking to
seen him
him.
since talking to your neighbor?
No,
Did you ever see him before that talking to your neighbor?
no.
So it just so happens the one day that y'all were going out to do what y'all were going out to do, and he's just
Yeah.
there and then just passes by you, flips around and pulls you over. Yeah,
He pulled
that was
Chad
straight
over.
stalking. Yeah, same thing. Y'all were all together.
Yeah, and I mean, I was driving slow, but
And
I mean,
then said to get, and then told you could go ahead and go if you wanted to. And I was so proud of you when you said, no, I'll wait for my husband.
yeah, I wasn't gonna leave him, and no way.
Yeah, they straight stalked Duchess that day, and there was just no point in it.
Right.
It was very crazy. I don't
We
even
were trying
know.
to we were trying to figure out, like, I mean, I've lived here my entire life, and we have been up and down this waterway 1,000 times. I do not remember that being a no wake zone, but we were really trying to figure out, because I think that's where that little girl fell off the boat and passed away.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they have an officer out there permanently every day patrolling, which they should have had them out there before that. But it could have been that, or they could have been knowing that we were going to go out there. I don't know, but it was
Who knows?
strange. And when I
Was
told him who I was and who Tyler was, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm familiar." Like he didn't really give a shit.
Sorry for your loss, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
he said,
Yeah,
"Sorry
I'm
for
sorry
your
for your
loss."
loss.
Yeah. Don
Yeah.
Allen, that's a good one, because I was kind of wondering that myself, but just in a different way. When I was trying to figure out, like, am I really going to let these people convince me that Ronnie just went and handed this case over? And I came to the conclusion, no, that's not it. But that part right there did cross my mind. What
Yeah,
if he just was too naive to the fact that this happened, and
too
now
nice.
and now he's starting to see, like, oh, like, shit, like, this is like not okay.
He's too nice. Like my mom could like let him have it, and then he would be so nice to her, you know. So it's like, this man is too nice to everybody.
He
And
could have
he would
very
agree.
well thought that we were just being internet sleuths and crazies and all of that. And then maybe somebody said something to him like, hey, look, like, these phone records aren't real. Like, and then I think it's a disrespect to him too, even if he didn't notice it then. If he notices it now and that's what caused it to go to SLED, hey, more power to him. As long as SLED's got it, that's all I care about.
Yeah, me too.
He still owes the family an apology. I mean,
that's a definite.
Ronnie,
There's no
if
getting
you're
off on
a good,
that one.
true Southern gentleman, like you want everybody to think you are, then you'll do the right thing and apologize to the family, because what's been said and done, and that includes you too, Kevin Pardue. I think you owe the family an apology too,
And
just because
we're
it
not
never
gonna leave
should
the
have got
bones
this
out of
far.
that. We're not
And
gonna leave the bones out of that, Mr. I don't want to bring up the money because it's not what's important, but yet you just brought up the money.
Yeah, Goodon should also apologize for even bringing that up.
Yes, I want a big apology from him because he's a liar.
Yeah, I know that's right.
They didn't even have a budget for Tyler.
Yeah, I don't understand how a government agency can get away with just saying that, but then they don't have to show any financials on that.
I mean, how could it was an even 100,000? How did that work out? Oh, we're gonna spend an even 100,000.
Wait a second. I didn't even think about that part, Jay.
Yeah, how did it turn out? It just was an even 100,000.
Or 91 or
Were they watching it at the gas tank when they were filling up the boat and like, oh, hold on, we're about to go 1 cent over? That don't even make sense. An even 100,000, and then he had to retract what he said about the amount of money. That it wasn't about the money. Well, then why bring it up? It was in his mind about the money. It was a joke to him. He didn't care. It's just another person that he don't know. But if it was one of their kids, I wonder what would happen. I bet the whole damn state would be out there looking for one of their kids.
Exactly.
I mean, we couldn't even fly drones out there at one point. They denied us to do that. They wouldn't let Brad dive down on his sonar image. They denied him of that. I mean, there's a lot people don't know, but you will get to know.
You gonna learn today. You might not learn it today, but you're gonna learn it soon, and y'all gonna be real surprised.
Yes, everybody's gonna be shocked.
Okay,
Yes,
my dog.
hold on to your hats, because it ain't over yet.
Not even
And
close.
so I mean, if y'all want to keep making up lies and saying how you're going to come after us, and we're just trying to do this for whatever you
I'll be
think,
like Motel 6 and leave the light on for you.
that's not the reason why we're doing it. We're doing it because the truth actually matters. And if you're doing this and you care about Tyler, then you'll respect the fact that we're not trying to make anybody look bad, or we just want the truth to come out. The truth is important in this case. And it's going to matter for the future of other missing people in the state of South Carolina on the water, and how DNR is involved in future missing cases. Like, we've got to get that changed. I mean, it needs to be part of their protocol that if there's a person that goes missing on the water, that they're going to bring in another agency to assist automatically. Like, there shouldn't just be an officer that gets to make that decision.
They have a thing in place with the college police in South Carolina that if anything like that happens, they automatically have 3 hours to contact SLED. 3 hours from the time it's reported. That is actually how it has to be. That is their rule. It should be that way with DNR too.
Yes, it's gonna be that way. We're gonna make some noise to get that.
Yeah.
My first goal is answers for Tyler. My next one is that no other family has to go through this ever again. And in the process, we need to talk to our children that like to go duck hunting or going to be out on these waters. Just, we have to protect them, and they need to be wearing something that they can be located.
Yes, because in the event that something happens, they go out there with their friends. You never know what could happen. What if they got hit by somebody else that was intoxicated on the water, and it threw them overboard, and they didn't have on a beacon that was attached, or they didn't even have on their life jacket? Like, educating our kids and our young adults to make sure that they understand why it's important, and talking about Tyler's story. That way it will pay it forward, so that other young men like Tyler will say, yeah, that was a scary situation. I know that I'm never going to go duck hunting out on the jetty. Because number one, it's not legal. And number two, bad things can happen. Like, if you're going to be out there, make sure you have all of the equipment that you need on your boat in case of an emergency. Make sure you're checking your engine and your boat to make sure that everything is in good working order. Don't go somewhere late in the day if you think there's a chance. I mean, it's all about making good, sound decisions too.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes we put ourselves in predicaments and situations that we don't know that an accident's going to happen. Because I remember when I was young, I would just go out and do whatever, stay out late. It never even crossed my mind that I could be in an accident, or that I could put myself in a precarious situation because I wasn't, I mean, I can't imagine going out on the water knowing that the sun is going to set and it's like going to be 30 degrees outside. Like, that's a no for me. But see, Tyler, none of that bothered him. To him,
he was so excited. It was his last day. He was so excited to get to go out there. I think it was the last day of duck hunting season, from what I remember. I don't know, but I believe that was the last chance he was going to get to go out there. And he was very adamant about going. He wasn't going to, nobody was going to stop him, I don't think. Unless I'd have known he was going that day, I would have done everything I could, but I didn't know. And a lot of us didn't know. Yeah, that's his duck decoys. Look at that.
I want you to look how many duck decoys that Tyler had, y'all.
He took that picture a long, long time ago. Not a long, long time ago, but that's inside my mom and dad's garage at their house that they live in now. He took that picture. Those are his decoys.
Wow.
We don't know where
Now-
they're at now, but
So on Tyler's decoys, does he have his name on the bottom of all of his decoys?
he always put his name on the bottom of his decoys. Yep.
And so the decoys that were found by Josh Johnson didn't have a name on the bottom of them, correct?
I don't know.
I didn't see
I
a
didn't even
name.
speak to that guy. I never saw him at the landing. Other people did, but I didn't know who he was. When I did try to talk to that asshole, you saw where it got me, nowhere. He was such a jerk to me. But maybe he was going through a lot. I mean, I feel bad about what happened to his mom. I mean, I don't want to give him a hard time. But I mean,
He was a jerk.
yeah, he was a jerk, and but I feel sorry for him. But I'm not gonna. I've sent you two. You have something that we'll be able to talk about next time.
Okay. That's perfect. I just wanted you guys to see how many decoys and all the different kinds of ducks
Yeah.
that he had. You know, those are all the different kind of ducks, you know. And Tyler wrote his name on the bottom of the ducks. And the ducks that I saw on Facebook did not have Tyler's name written on the bottom of them. So
Yeah, the ones
that's
I've seen,
why I asked.
I didn't ever see that either.
Yeah.
He also wrote his name on the back of his duck mounts as well. So, and we have documented every single one of them that, got, they're all gone now, but we also know that they've been given to someone else, and they wrote their name underneath Tyler's name just to say, well, we got these together. No.
What?
Be careful who you tell things to, people. Those duck decoys don't belong to you. And you know who I'm talking about if you're watching.
Exactly.
TikTok.
They belong to him, not you. There's a lot of stuff I can't wait to share. I can't wait.
Well, we can't wait to hear about it, but all in good time. All in
Yep.
good time. Today, we celebrate the win that we have SLED on board, and we just have to be patient and let them do their investigation. I know there's a few more phone calls and things that Shay, we're going to be working on doing this podcast. We've got to get up with them. So just because we're not live or talking about Tyler on a live stream doesn't mean that we're not doing all of the work and all of the things. Just trying to make sure that we are collecting all of the information that we know. We're staying on top of what SLED is doing. And then the next time that I see you guys, we'll have more stuff to talk about. I don't know when that'll be, but I will announce it. Shay and I will talk more in the next few days, and we'll figure out, and I'll talk with AJ because I've got to talk to her after this live stream. So, but I will let you guys know when that will be. And I appreciate all of you being here and everyone joining tonight. And I just want to give a big shout out to all the members. Andrea Clayton joined the analyzer. Deanna B joined the analyzer. Racer 74's wife joined the analyzer. Welcome Izzy, which is my friend that she's named after Izzy the cat. Who recently passed away. And Izzy, I really appreciate you becoming a member of the analyzer. And Single Mom True Crime was a member for a month. Jenny Stockmaster, thank you for joining the analyzer. And Elizabeth Lander, my sweet friend, thank you so much for being a member of my channel for 13 months. I love you so much. And One Way, you've been a member of the analyzer for a month. And Camshaft, you have been a member of the Internet Investigator for 4 months. Thank you so very much, members. I really appreciate y'all so very much. And we will have a live stream soon. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be talking about the Layla Santinello case and the Larry McNelly live. I'll be getting that scheduled up as soon as the family lets me know when they are ready to talk. And I will keep you guys posted. If there's any new things that we can talk about, I'll schedule a live stream. And if Shay's not able to make it, I know AJ will probably join me. So please take the time to like this stream for Tyler and his family, and share this live stream out, because people need to know about what's really going on in Tyler Doyle's case. And we ask that you just try to be respectful. If you see crazy things being said on the internet, you don't have to go over there and get in an argument with anybody. Like, we just ask everybody to be kind and to respect one another. We don't really need that. That's not helping us win the battle for Tyler and to get justice for Tyler in getting into all of these internet chat arguments about who's right and who's wrong. The family knows exactly what they're doing, and we are here to continue to support Shay and Miss Linda and Mr. Ricky and Brian and their battle to move forward in getting Tyler's case relooked at, to make sure that everything is taken into account. All evidence has been looked at, so that SLED can put fresh eyes on this, and hopefully they will get an apology for how they've been treated by the South Carolina DNR. And as we get new updates, I'll bring those to you. AJ, do you have anything you want to close out with before we go? You're muted.
Whoops. Yeah, I just want somebody to make sure they let Christian know I told him so. If y'all remember, we all said we're gonna get your records one way or another. The records are gonna be gotten, and that's what's being done. So,
yeah, I mean,
you might want to listen to us next time. You could have saved a lot of trouble. Just gave it to the family. So, told you so.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Shay, is there anything that you want to close out with before we go?
I want to thank everybody. I love, of course, you both know I love you with all my
We
heart.
love you too.
I couldn't do any of this without you. I want to thank the people in the group that are so supportive. I mean, these people are so nice and so kind and supportive of what we're doing, and it just means so much to me. When I open up that page and I see all these wonderful messages from all these people, it just makes my day so much better. I want to thank Pam. She knows how much I love her. Everything she's done, she didn't have to do all that. She is a wonderful person who was there from the very night that Tyler went missing. She was with us. I love you, Pam. I love you, Tammy. I love my family that's on there. I love my mom, my brother, my daddy, Reed. I hope that we can all just come together and do what's right to get answers, to find out the truth. I mean, we don't know what happened, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but we need to know the truth. Our family deserves that. And I just want to let everybody know I'm thankful for everything, every comment. And if I don't get to your messages, I want to apologize for that, because I'm not lying when I tell you I get 30, sometimes 50 a day. I eventually will get around to reading your messages, but I'm so thankful for your love and your support.
We love you, Shay.
Yeah, we sure do. And I know everybody else does too. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for being here to share about all the things that you're doing, all of the interviews. And we are so blessed that we have had this outcome, and we're going to keep pushing for answers, because it's not over yet.
And please, the people who want to, I'm not even going to give them much more attention, because they don't deserve it. But everybody needs to remember that's what this is about right here. This sweet young man who can't be with his family. It's about Tyler Wilson Doyle, who should be here with his family, but is not. And as long as I have breath in my body, I won't stop until I find answers for him and we get closure for him.
Amen.
That's what I'm here for. And my own family too. People will try to say I'm not there for my children. Please, My kid's going to law school. I got an honor student upstairs. My husband is taken well care of. I work a job. This was like my little brother, and I'm going to fight for him too, and my family understands that.
Amen. Amen. And we're here to stand with you and to fight with you. And we appreciate everyone being here. So I'm going to play my outro to take us on out of here. Please take the time to hit the like and share this video out. It really means a lot to the Doyle family that you were here. And you guys are just so appreciated. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go because I know you have other things that you need to do and it's already getting late. But we will check in with you very soon as we have any more updates. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night as we talk about Layla Santinello at 7:30. So until next time, guys, take care. My name is Duchess.
Okay.
We're here to find the missing.
Darling, I've been tempted by the darkness.